Alright, here's the billet I forged out. It was 30 inches long. I cut it up into 6 5-inch long pieces and restacked it, tack welded the ends, and put a new handle on it. Now I'm going to flux it, stick it in the forge and let it heat up, and go ahead and forge it out. Put some kerosene on there first to help the borax stick. And then some borax. And that's ready to go in the forge. And I'll let it heat up until it's about a red color, about 1200 degrees or so, and then I'll put some more borax on there just to be safe. Kerosene flames up a little bit when you first put it in there, but it goes away pretty quick. While this billet's heating up, I wanted to explain real quick why I'm wearing what looks to be like sunglasses. These are actually special glasses for the forge. This forge produces infrared and ultraviolet light, which can damage your eyes over time. It probably wouldn't hurt anything, over a couple years, but you would start to notice something probably after 20, 30 years, and I hope to be doing this for that long, so that's why I'm wearing special glasses. These are my regular glasses I wear when I'm not doing forge work, where I have to look into the forge. Alright, now our 6 pieces are now one. And I'll just forge them out from here. This billet is now at, let me think, 240 layers. After this is drawn out a little bit, I'll cut it into 2 pieces and double it to 480 layers. And I'm only required 360, I believe, for the test, so that'll more than cover it. Trying to get my billet nice and square. Okay, I'll put her back in the forge, and I think one more heat on to do it. All right, we are ready to draw it out again. That's just about where I want it. Do a little bit more. All right, I think that's the proper amount. Now I'll just flatten it out a little bit. Okay, now it's ready to hot cut. Alright, I've decided to go ahead and hot cut this instead of waiting for it to cool down and cutting it with the bandsaw. Since I'm only cutting it into 2 pieces, I can hot cut it and then go ahead and grind it right after that. So I'm going to find the middle, and it is 14 inches, so I'm going to cut it at 7. And this is just to mark it. Now that I have a mark on there, I will put it back in the forge and get it heated up real good, and then I'll cut it with the press. Alright, I've got my mark on there. So, get this in here and cut. And that bang was just this thing turning a little bit under the die, and it kind of popped out. Alright, we're cutting two. Now I'll go ahead and grind the scale off of both these pieces and stack them up and weld them again. Now we're going to weld her up again. This billet is now 480 layers, which is more than enough for the requirements of the Mastersmith Performance knife. Now I'll forge it out until it's a 1/4 inch thick bar and about 1 1/4 inch wide, and it should be close to 4 feet long, because I need to make 3 knives out of this. Yeah, I know, I should make something that will keep that die in there so I don't have to keep pushing it in. I'll get around to that sometime. Go ahead and let her heat up again. This will probably take a few more heats, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys this heat on this billet here, and then after that I'll go ahead and forge it out the rest of the way and show you when my bar is ready to go. I would like to give special thanks to Caleb Royer Studios and Caleb Royer, who's doing this series of videos for me, and hope you guys enjoy them all. Flatten her out and go for some more heat. Alright, when I come back, you're going to see the finished bar ready to forge the blade. Alright, here's my bar of Damascus I forged out. It is about 3.5 feet long and should have plenty of steel to make all 3 knives I wanted to make out of it. I'm going to make 3 because I'm going to test 2 of them at home, and then if both of those pass, then I'll use the 3rd one for the actual test that I'll do with Jim Walker. Here's the finished forged knife. I shouldn't say finished because I still have to do a lot of grinding on it, but you can see a nice taper to it here, and that's real important. The distal taper going down the blade is real important because when I go to bend this, if it doesn't have a taper, there's a bigger chance that it could just break somewhere. But being tapered, it should flex more evenly when I go to bend it. The edge is real nice. I've got to take a little bit off the tip here. It's just a little bit long, but that's no problem. So next what I'll do is I'll end up profiling the blade, and then I'll start grinding in the edge bevels. That's about it. And the tang came out real nice too. It's a little long, but I can cut it off later. Alright, I'm going to grind the profile of the blade in, and when I get back I'll show you guys what the blade looks like completely ground. I'm going to use all my safety equipment such as respirator and glasses. Don't want to breathe any of that toxic dust.